Welcome to all of our AFS students who are about to participate in an AFS program in the United States. My name is Jill Warner. I am the Director of Education in the United States, so I work with a lot of teachers and a lot of schools around the United States. So I hope you will spend the next few minutes learning about schools in the United States and what to expect next year. The most important thing for you to understand about schools in the United States is that every school is different. Schools will come in lots of different sizes. We have small schools where only 50, 100, or 200 students are part of the school, but we will also have high schools where there are more than 5,000 students in the school. So whether you're coming from a big school or a small school, you may be in a similar or very different situation when you come to the United States, but we need you to understand that every school is going to be different. And just because they're different doesn't make your experience good or bad compared to other students. It means that it is your experience, and we hope you will take advantage and make the most of it. In addition to the size of a school, the diversity within a school may also be unique. You could be the only exchange student in your school, which makes you an amazing cultural ambassador for your school. And we hope you will take advantage of sharing about your home country and culture with all of your classmates and your teachers and everyone else in the school. It is also possible that you will attend a very diverse school with many students of color, and it may not be obvious to your teachers that you are an exchange student. So we hope you will take advantage in those situations, introduce yourself, and share your country and culture, and make sure that people know that you're a representative of your home country. Our AFS students are also going to have various experiences in different types of schools. Some of them may be a public school, others may be a private school. So there may be different rules and expectations in each of these different types of schools related to the expectations for how you dress at school, what classes are offered, and even what the schedule may look like at the school. Some schools will have 4 classes a day, some will have 5, some will have 7 or 8. What time school starts, what time it ends, that is very different depending on what school you attend. In addition, these different types of schools come in different communities. Some schools are located right in the middle of a city, some are in a very rural or country environment, and others are in the suburbs with lots of neighborhoods and people. Because they come in different types of communities, the transportation to get to school may also look very different. Some of you will have the experience of riding the traditional yellow school bus. Others will take a public transportation option, and others may be driven to school by their host family. Because all of our schools are different, it's important to understand that the opportunities within the school will also be different. The larger the school, the more competitive the sports are. So even though there may be more sports available, in order to actually play basketball or play soccer, you may have to be really, really good to have a spot on one of those teams. Whereas in smaller schools, there may not be as many sports available, but you may not have to be as exceptional in playing that sport to have a spot on the team. So there are good opportunities, there are pluses and minuses in each type of school. The same thing happens with clubs and extracurricular activities. Usually, in larger schools, there are more club opportunities, and in smaller schools, it's easier to get to know the students who are participating in those clubs and activities. The same thing happens with the types of classes and the amount of classes that are available to students. When it is a larger school, there are typically more different types of classes available. However, that also means in a larger school, you have to make more decisions about what classes you can take, or you may find that more classes are filled up. So it's important for you to keep in mind that there are benefits and disadvantages to every type of school. And we hope that you will not only take the time to look up your school on the internet before you leave your home country, so you have an idea where you're headed, but you also think about all of the positives that can be part of that school experience for you. And although every school is different, there are a few things about school that are important for you to understand that are going to be very similar in every school situation. First, it's very important that you do all of the homework assignments that your teachers assign to you and make sure you actually turn them in. Many schools now will assign students a computer, and so many of those homework assignments are going to have to be submitted online through a different system here and there that the teachers will teach you how to do. If you don't understand how to use that computer system and turn in your homework, please ask your host family, your liaison, or your teachers and classmates so that you are not a student who forgets to turn in their homework on a regular basis, because you do need to keep good grades while you are attending a U.S. high school. It's also an expectation in the United States that students participate in their class. The way teachers can see a student participating is they raise their hand and they get called on to be an active part of classroom discussion. It's also important that if you have a question, you ask your teacher. We know it may be different than that in your home country, so we hope you will take advantage of watching your classmates and getting to know the warm and friendly teachers who will be part of your school environment. In order to ask a question, it would be very typical for you to raise your hand in class, or also for you to stay just a moment at the end of class and ask your teacher if there's a good time that you can connect to be able to talk about questions that you have about the subject that you are learning. It's also very important for you to understand that in the United States, it is considered cheating if a student is not turning in their own work. What we mean by that is you should not copy and paste your answers that you submit for your homework or for any essays or assignments in class. You don't take them from the internet. You do not use any sort of artificial intelligence or AI like ChatGPT or another program, or that you also do not copy your answers from another student. All of those things would be considered very negative in a classroom setting in a U.S. school. So please take note of those now. It also might be helpful for you to think about downloading the school's learning management system on your phone or computer so you can check your grades and make sure that all of your homework assignments are turned in on time. Because every school is different, we want to make sure you know how to take full advantage of all of the activities in your local school. So when you arrive, please look for a fair to teach you about different clubs and activities that are available at your school. We encourage you to participate in a lot of new activities, and usually on the school website, you can find a listing of all of those different sports and club activities that you might be able to take advantage of when you arrive. If you can't find that information, please reach out to your teachers, your school counselors, and your classmates, even your host family and host siblings, to figure out how to sign up for different clubs and activities. We want you to be involved. It will make your AFS experience in your local community much better if you get to know other students who are participating in clubs and activities with you. It means that you already have some common interests with them. We also suggest that if you want to play a sport in the fall in the United States is August, September, shortly after you arrive. Typically, those sports are volleyball, American football, soccer, marching band. And if you want to be part of one of those, please communicate that information immediately to your host family so they can help you fill out the paperwork and be fully prepared to participate as soon as you arrive. Some of those opportunities may have already started before you arrive in the U.S., so getting started as soon as you can is very, very important. And one of our pro tips that you may see on your screen is just a reminder that because every school in the United States functions differently and looks differently, it's important that you don't compare your experience to that of other AFS students in your area or who have participated in an AFS program in the past. And we think it is best for you to focus on the positive things that your school has to offer. And finally, something that I know you're all interested in learning about is this idea of a U.S. high school diploma or participating in a graduation ceremony. It's important to know that most AFS, and even exchange students from other programs do not receive a diploma from a U.S. school while they're on their exchange program. The U.S. students and diplomas require 4 years of many different classes, English classes, social studies, math, science, etc. So it is uncommon for an exchange student to be able to receive a diploma in the U.S. So we ask that you do not come with the expectation that that is something that you will be able to receive while you are here. It is very unlikely. Also, only some of our exchange students throughout the year are going to have the opportunity to walk through the graduation ceremony at the end of the year. Some of you may be enrolled as 10th graders or 11th graders and not 12th graders or seniors in the United States. So you will not be given the opportunity to walk through graduation. If you do, that's wonderful, and we hope you take lots of pictures and enjoy the experience. But if you do not, please do not try to negotiate with the school or argue with the school, because AFS will support the school's existing policy regarding graduation and diplomas. So it's very important that you also understand that we will expect you to follow the school's policy that is already in place regarding graduation and diplomas. So if you're curious about what that policy may be, we suggest you reach out to your liaison or ask your host family about what has been the process for other students who have participated in that community in the past. And once you know that information, we hope you will accept what they share with you. So thank you so much for watching. We look forward to seeing you soon. There are 3 additional videos that AFS-USA has created to help you have an amazing experience while you're in the US for your AFS program. Thank you.